What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the LFG Pod channel. And today we are going to be discussing DC's latest film, Blue Beetle. Man, I mean, we're just going to come out and say we know DC doesn't have the greatest track record, right? But I mean, us being comic book heads, us being pop culture, we're always going to check it out. We're always going to see what's going on. So Blue Beetle 2023. And real quick, I will add, none of us know how each other feels about this movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm about this.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's going to be first time reactions, first time hearing each other's thoughts. So,
yep.
Who wants to go first?
Animo. For those of you that haven't seen the movie, bro, Animo is just played throughout this entire movie. That's their motto. That's the family crest, so to speak. Like Animo, it's on the license plate of George Lopez's character Rudy. So Animo, bro. Like, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, off rip. Let's just do it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. What's the ratings? I'm gonna go first. This was the first time a Latino superhero was in live action. And it doesn't get points for me for that for some reason. I mean, I respect it, but I'm not giving it the points for that. Mm-hmm. For me, it was a solid movie. It wasn't like this crazy hype superhero movie that we love to see, but it wasn't bad for me. Anyway, it wasn't bad for me either. I think it was solid. It was middle. I think I'm at a 6, maybe a 7 by the end of the discussion, but I'm at a 6.
Okay. Hey, I go next. I was really, the way you were talking, bro, I was like, me and you are in sync right now. D said 6. Don't get me wrong. 6 isn't bad, but I was at a 7.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm gonna just stop right there before we get into the discussion. Go ahead, Jet.
I was thinking the same thing as Cody. Like, you were saying a lot of the same things that I was thinking. That honestly, that you were gonna say, it kind of shocked me that it didn't get points for the Hispanic thing. But I guess that kind of makes sense.
That did shock me.
I guess you can't really like judge a movie like that, so I do understand that line of thinking. But I am actually with Cody. I am at a 7 also.
Okay. Just to add on to what he said real quick. So going back to the whole, like, you know, the first time you're seeing a Hispanic superhero, the reason I feel like you should have added points is because, well, not should have. Let me ask you this first. Do you feel like that they not established, but they did it right with this, like
they represent
where
we
represent? Yeah, were you represented correctly? How do you feel about that?
I think so. I don't think there was anything outrageous. Obviously, it had the stereotypes in there, and all that type of stuff, but it wasn't outlandish. I think they did a good job of presenting the Latino culture. For the most part, the Latino culture is very heavily family oriented. These guys were a family. They were in it for each other. Hey, let's not tell him, just to get into it, let's not tell him what's going on. Let's enjoy it. Let's, enjoy his time back from college, first one to graduate and stuff like that. And it was just a family type of thing. And then obviously they exposed it later. But yeah, the culture, I didn't have any issues with them representing the Latino culture. Like I said, Animo, man. Animo was played like too much for me, man. Too much. Animo this, Animo that, Animo bro. Like I said, it was on the license plate. But I mean, overall, yeah, it was. I think it was a good representation. I didn't have any issues with it.
Because as a person that's not of your culture, that's why when seeing it, I thought it was done good. Because when I heard George Lopez, I was like, there's no way he lets them mess that up, right? So in my head, I was like, it has to be good. Like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. So hearing you say that, yes, that's why I also thought that you guys would give it that extra point for that, because, I wouldn't say it's rare, but they got it the first try. They didn't have to see a couple movies and then got it. They got it first try.
Yeah. So it wasn't bad.
So how do y'all want to get into this, man?
Let's do it. Let's start from the beginning. We get what was the opening scene? Him flying in, right? The plane coming in. Was that him flying in? Before we get started
or actually no, it was the scarab. It was the scarab, and then they were finding it first. And then
that's right.
You're right.
The scarab in the desert. She finds it. She goes. I guess they've had these orbs or these like gigantic spheres throughout the planet, right? I think it was a shot of that showing that where it landed and stuff. And they're like, "Hey, well, you shouldn't have come." yeah, you shouldn't have come. Like, this is probably going to be another, bluff or it's going to be a dud. And she's like, nah, it's in there.
Yeah, I know it's in there. I can feel it.
Zooms in. Yeah, it's in there. And then we get the rolls to the credits. But real quick, another thing, I'm not that big of a Blue Beetle fan, so I don't know too much of his stuff. I mean, that's just a shame because I feel like I should, right? That's a Latino superhero. I will say in some iterations of his name is Javier, so shout out me. What's up? But for the most part, this guy does live in El Paso, which is where we're at, which is where I'm at. He originates in El Paso. A lot of his heroics, so to speak, are in El Paso. So they didn't do that. They put him in some fictional city. Street. El Paso Street. They gave us a little shout out, I guess. I was like, come on.
I was slightly ticked off. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, how El Paso Street, and that's a shame. I've seen some stuff from people here on the local news how they felt about that, and they're like, "We get it," but at least he kind of gave us a shout out or something. But I think I could have done more than just a shout out, man. Just a little, I don't know. They could have done more, but that was a shame to see. I wish it could have been. They didn't have to shoot it here, obviously, but I mean, just say that he's in El Paso.
Say you're in El Paso, yeah,
that would have been cool. So that maybe I deduct the points for that. But we'll see.
To add on to the first part of what J-Max said, I too don't know much about him besides what I know from Young Justice, which what I'm hearing is not a lot, but at the same time, it's a good amount. Obviously, we don't know like all of it, but I feel like I know a decent amount about Blue Beetle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this guy got for spoilers. Future movie. I will say this before we get into it too. I think this dude is a little bit underrated, and I think Blue Beetle has the potential to be like pretty strong. Obviously, not Superman strong.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But his abilities and what that suit can do is kind of nuts, bro.
Yeah,
it's kind of nuts.
It is.
So we got the opening scene with the I forget the actress's name, but she gets there. Blue Beetle's in there. All right, then we get the shot of the plane landing in. Do you guys remember the fictional city? I forgot the name of the city. Dang, I forgot the name of the city.
As a matter of fact, so just to point that out there for everybody, I did not see it in theaters. I saw it illegally, so I'm gonna just say that now. And on my video, the city was cut off because the guy had the camera on the side of the screen at first for like the first 20 minutes. So yeah, I didn't even know what the full name was.
Yeah, I forget the name of the fictional city, but yeah. Anyways, he's landing. You see his. You see his family in the airport, like, hey, he's coming today. We're excited. Should we tell him? No, let's not tell him. Let's just let him enjoy himself, and we'll talk about all that later. So he comes off the escalators, coming down, see his family. Hey, big hugs from. This is where the family part comes in. Hey, all right, we're all here. We're all together finally after a long time. Big hug from everybody, and and then it transitions to, I believe it's the restaurant scene, right? They get something to eat. Hey, how you doing?
And that's when she just drops the load on him.
Yeah, drops the news on him. Hey, we're gonna lose the house. Oh, dang. Well, that's okay. We'll just we'll put in the hours at the auto shop. No problem. Auto shop's gone already.
Yeah, that's done.
Later. That's a wrap. We lost that. Sorry. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, I mean, what else can we do? And then they dropped the what I think it ends up being the major bomb is that he had a heart attack. His father had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And he's okay now, he says, but his father did have a heart attack. Well, how come you didn't call me? I could have came over, could have helped. Like, nah, we got it. Animo. He's an animo, son. We got it. I'm okay right now. We did it. It's okay. And he's just feeling bad for himself. Like, I could have been here, could have helped you guys, we could have done something. And like, no, you graduated from college. First one from the family, so we're proud of that. Don't worry about that. And I think
before you get any further in your because you're doing great. I gotta say, obviously we're going into the story, so from here on out, spoilers.
Yeah, you guys. Yep.
As soon as they said this man had a heart attack, I was like, it's raps.
Hey, listen,
biting the dust.
I was waiting until we got to the part where he gave him the speech. Yeah, I felt the same way.
I was gonna do it too. Let's go. Let's do it because I will say this is one of the strongest points in the movie for me. When we're gonna jump ahead, completely ahead. I think this is like the beginning of the third act, the end of the second act. They get raided. The family's in the room, in the house, whatever. The whole SWAT, hey, get them out of there. Blue Beetle shows up. Hey, what's going on? Tries to defend his family. They're all running. They shoot the family. The girl goes, shoot the family. Let's see what this Beetle can do.
Which was crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. She was crazy.
Insane.
She was crazy. So he protects them, whatever. I think he got punched too, right? Because I was distracted with rain. I had my daughter with me. I look down, getting her snacks and stuff. I look up, he's bleeding. I'm like, oh, Gloria, what happened? Oh, he got punched. I'm like, oh, damn, okay. So he's already hurt from the punch. He started walking away, and as he's walking away, he just fell, man. And he turns around, and you can see it says cardiac arrest in it. And he's trying to go rescue him, right? And they capture him, pull him away. There's nothing he could do, man. His dad's right there. I always give credit to the movies for having a death in the movie. Like it makes the stakes that much more. It gives you a sense of I don't want to say urgency, but like there's stakes. Like people actually die, and for the father to actually die, and it was an emotional scene. Like Gloria, I'd look over, she was crying. I teared up. I'm not gonna lie. And they're in the ambulance trying to res him, and no, it didn't work. Like mother comes out, all the family's together, they're crying, and that moment right there, that scene was just the strongest scene for me, and it did work, man. Like it was pretty crazy. It was intense.
I just want to say, going into this, when I say what I'm about to say right now, I want y'all to know I am not bashing the movie because like I said, it's a 7 to me. That's good, but this movie was predictable as hell. Like throughout the entire thing, I was like, bro, I knew that was gonna happen. We knew the dad was gonna die, bro. After he had to sit down with him, and then they were talking about destinies, I said he's done. He's dead. He's not surviving this movie. So like,
I could see how you predicted that. I mean, it is predictable, but like I said, movies nowadays they're like, oh, okay, maybe they're not gonna do it, and it's a family.
See, and you might not.
So that's why I give him credit for it.
But even the bad guy switching, I predicted that. I swear to God, I was like, bro, he's switching sides. Because how else are you gonna beat yourself, a soldier that's better than you, without him switching sides? Like,
we're gonna get into pros and cons, but one of my huge cons is just how, like, exactly how Cody's saying it. Like, one of the big problems with this movie is it's just like we've seen this before. Like it doesn't do anything like innovative. Like the story is just like your standard superhero movie, and like it's just kind of like this movie could have been made in 2011, 2012, to be honest.
It would have just had horrible CGI. That was
just super standard.
Yeah, there was no surprises. It was from point A, oh, he becomes a superhero, to point B, oh, he beats the bad guys, and now he's got superpowers. There we go. But yeah, what you guys think about the moment though itself? Did you guys? I mean, you guys saw it coming, but what were you guys?
And that's where I differ from you, because don't get me wrong, it did hit, but it didn't hit me like as hard as a normal death would hit, because I saw it coming 1,000 miles away. Like I was like, okay, it happened. So let's move on. I will say though, I was upset that, I mean, at the time when I first saw when he was fighting the main bad at the end, he showed more emotion when Rudy almost died than when his dad almost died. And that kind of, but at the same time, it was like 5 minutes later on during the fight, he's pointed out, he was like, "No, my dad's dead." Like that's when he pointed. I was like, "Well, it's kind of too late. Like you should have did that back there when he passed out." Like, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I think for me, I don't feel the way he does. I was feeling like the weight of that scene as it was happening with his dad dying. I think a strong point, and I think the director made a good decision, was him being pulled away and him not being able to do anything as his family's like over there crying and his dad is dying. He literally can't do anything because he's being dragged away by the dude. So I thought that was really good.
No, yeah, like I said, I think that was the strongest point in the movie for me. That's where I was like, okay, let's get some points for me, because you guys saw it coming, but for them to actually execute it, I was like, all right. I mean, I guess. So okay, so there you go. We got the big scene out the way. So going back to the beginning, they're eating dinner, right? Okay, I had a heart attack. Okay. Oh, George Lopez's character. Let's talk about one pro real quick.
Yeah, we can talk about him. Let's just talk about him.
I enjoyed his character. So he was actually funny, bro.
Yes, he was funny as hell.
Yeah, he was funny, bro. Like he killed it for me. I think he was just the star of the show, man.
Let's call it how it is. He carried. He really did.
He carried. He
was on screen. Like, he was giving us a show.
I gotta say, I think like, I could be wrong. Like you guys might bring up a moment and I might remember and I might have laughed harder at that moment. But the one that stuck out to me was when they're in the they're in that one house and they're all sitting at the computer and he tells them to pull up a chair and they turn around. I was like, bro, that was genius.
Going in, I was like, there's no way I'm going to laugh as much as I thought I was going to laugh. And I was surprised. I was really entertained.
Yeah,
throughout the movie, I was entertained.
He killed it, bro. I think the funniest scene for me is when Jaime takes Taco, bro, which is his truck. Taco, no, and he starts looking out the window. No, and then he passes out, bro. He's like, oh my god, he passes out.
Oh my god,
bro, that was hilarious. The mom's like, hey, levántate, payaso, which means get up, clown. What are you doing? Like, bro, that was so hilarious.
And then at the end of the scene when he comes back with Taco and he's pissed, he said, don't call me Rudy. All my friends call me Rudy.
You can call me. What did they tell? I forgot what he told them.
I forgot his name, but that was hilarious.
Bro, that was hilarious. Yeah, George Lopez carried. He stole the performance of the show, of the movie, man. I was impressed. I was impressed because I know he's funny, but I didn't think he was gonna do that great of a job.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about him being a genius? Because he is a Mexican genius, bro. Like he he took that to the next level. What'd you guys think?
I mean, like adding on to the we've already seen this coming. Like, there's always the smart guy in the group of the superhero. And that's the smart guy. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It caught me off guard seeing him be it. But hey, I feel like he pulled it off the way he was kicking stuff to turn it on. Like I don't know, it was cool.
Bro, that's a call. I don't know if you guys do that too, if you guys are, but yeah, the Mexican, just hit it, just hit the top of the TV. You know, just bang on top of it. You do something. It'll come on, it'll work. That's in the Latino culture for sure. Another thing in the Latino culture is we can fix anything. Like just give them duct tape, give them something, he'll be able to fix it. That's another thing. So they did that really well as well with his character, and I believed it. Like they played his character as being like the conspiracy theorist, right? Like oh no, they're out to get that. At the very beginning, he's like, "Where'd you get the balloon from? Did you buy it?" And so no, it's probably a bug, and he throws it out the window, bro. Like so they showed his character in the beginning. So yeah, he was the star of the show. He just absolutely carried. So yeah. So they're going back to, I think that's pretty much it for the restaurant. Oh, another thing in the restaurant real quick too. They pay the bill and I guess he gives the waiter a generous tip and they're like, what are you doing? We're broke. It's like, and he said, "Animo, don't worry about it. Like we'll worry about money later.
These people don't get paid.
These people don't get paid that well, so let's give them some tip, bro." Respect, I thought that's huge. That's huge. So that was really cool to see. Then they think they go home. You guys remember after that point, they go back to the house.
I think it goes straight to their job scene, right? Or what?
Yeah, I think it goes straight in. He's like, don't worry. He's on the rooftop with his sister, right? And telling him how he shouldn't have gone to college and I should have been here with you guys. Because one thing I could really relate is going to college, bro. Going to do that and better yourself. Because that's one of my regrets. And he said it too. It's like, bro, all I got is debt now. All I got is debt and I'm not able to do anything. And I was like, yeah. Like, that's absolutely what college is, bro. Me and Gloria have our degrees, man, and we're not using them. Gloria's in a different industry. I'm a stay-at-home dad. It's like, we just got ourselves in debt, and I can completely relate with that sentiment, bro. Like, no, this was just a waste of my time, but don't worry. He's all optimistic at first, but don't worry, guys. I got my degree. We're going to get out of this. We're going to own mansions. We're going to own 5 houses. We're going to be on the river, on the ocean. Don't worry about it. He cuts to the scene. He's all in white, standing in the mansion.
Yeah, we thought it was him.
Yeah.
That was a good scene. I
thought it was a daydream. I thought he was daydreaming, man. And then no. Hey, well, also come over here and start working. He turns around and he's ended up working with his sister, and that's how he actually gets introduced to the. Let me bring up her name, to the villain of the movie, and starts working for them. So the sister, I guess, was already working for them, cleaning the houses and stuff.
While you're looking this up, I will say the sister, I would say she was like my third favorite character. She wasn't, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think her interaction with him and like, I guess adding the, what's the word like I'm looking for? Like, I guess the relationship between them and seeing how they interact and them as a duo was really good on screen. Like I wouldn't say they were as funny as George Lopez, but like, it made the scenes like lively, like it wasn't boring all the time.
Well, before you go on that, J Mac, I completely disagree.
You didn't
Like
like
her
her?
in the beginning, she was pissing me off, bro. Like when she
In the
made
beginning,
the shit joke, I was like, oh my god.
Oh no, I thought that joke was fine because she came out the bathroom was like, bro, I just went crazy. Like I thought that was cool, and then she turns to the side, she's like, oh, we're done, we're fired. Like don't get me wrong, it wasn't funny, but it was like it was cool. It wasn't wrong with that.
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I don't think I disliked her performance, and I didn't love her performance. I think she was alright. I think she was alright.
I think she got better towards the end, but just like her trying to be the comedic relief before it was George Lopez, I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm lying. I'm retract my statement. The grandma was my third favorite. Let me retract.
That's
the grandma's up there.
She's up there, bro.
She was cool. She was cool, but I think they overplayed the machine gun scene, and she, I guess what she was like a resistance fighter back in her day, because I think that's what was the cues or whatever they wanted. Yeah, and I thought they overplayed that a little bit too much. It does just too much for me. But she was cool. Yeah, the grandma was cool. I did like how, because in our culture, like your grandma, she's the one, you don't talk back to your grandma. You do what your grandma says, and she was the one that kept the family together when the father died. She was like, "Look, we don't have time to be sad right now. We can't cry right now. We'll cry later. Jaime's in trouble. Let's go get Jaime. We'll cry later." So I thought that was really good. Yeah. Oh, Jamie. Yeah.
I think that's one of the stronger scenes in the movie, and it's only amplified just because at the end, like she actually starts crying because it's like,
yeah, all right, yeah, okay, we could cry now, and they just all hug, and they went over to Jenny Cord, which is the daughter of we didn't even touch on Ted Cord yet, on Ted Cord and her whole thing. And she's like, "Hey, come on, get in here. You know, you're part of the family now. Obviously, you've been with this through this whole ride and stuff." Yeah. So that was a great scene. Even that beginning at the house, like, "Hey, we don't got time to cry." She did a really fantastic job. So we were at the mansion, right there at the mansion. Like we talked about it a little bit. Hey, I deserve to take a good shit. This is like, come on, man. Like, nah, there's a bathroom outside. Nah, I got it. Don't worry about it. Just keep a lookout. So she does her business. I'm looking at Susan Sarandon, Victoria Cord. She's the villain of the movie. She's in the house making calls. Then that's when we get introduced to Bruna Marquezine is the actress's name. Sorry if I didn't say that right. Jenny Cord. And she's like, "Hey, what are you doing with this?" She plays the video, and she wants to take the company back to weapons, right? Like, this is what we did before. And my brother stopped selling the weapons, and no, we're going back to weapons. Like, no, I'm not gonna let you do this. You can't do nothing. I'm the CEO. Your father left me in shambles. This is my company now. And so we get Ted Cord. I think that was the first mention of Ted Cord, which is the original Blue Beetle. And he just disappeared. He straight up vanished. Like we said, this is predictable. I mean, did you guys see the ending? Did you guys stick around for the credits? Did you guys see that?
I had to see it on YouTube. Mine ended.
Okay. I saw that coming a mile away. Obviously, if they said he disappeared, he's coming back some point at the end. And yeah, sure enough, we get a scene with that. He's back, whatever.
Yeah. Is he?
I was thinking, I think he's somewhere in space. Like, his whole thing was he could never be the Blue Beetle, so he ended up making the technology for himself to try to be the Blue Beetle. And I think he wanted to explore the origins or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. That's my
not going to.
Yeah. I guess before we go forward to what I was seeing, we should have done this in the ratings. But when I was seeing this, I think this has like second, third, like it's down there for opening weekends for DC. Like, this is one of the lowest.
Yeah, it's not doing weekends.
Well. Yeah, it's not doing well at all. And I saw some of the people say, well, I think, James Gunn's he's not doing anything. And I was looking at that, like, this isn't James Gunn's movie. This isn't his first movie. This was already, if not completely done, mostly done by the time he took over. So he just released it. He talked about it in his little video message and stuff. He just said that he enjoyed the movie and he's excited for it. But his hands are not in this movie. And I called this out when we talked about it a while ago. And I said, these movies that are coming out, Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, The Flash, these are not James Gunn's movies. But the fact that he already took over, people are already putting it on him. Like, whoa, chill. These aren't his movies. He hasn't even started yet. Like, let's just get through the ones that were already announced, and we'll see what he can do with the properties. So I just thought that was a little bit unfair to put everything on him. What do you guys think about it?
After watching this movie, I know it's not him, but he has to at least bring the some of the cast back, because this was a good cast. This group of people really, like, they were enjoyable. They were very entertaining to watch. So I would love to see them come back in a different movie.
I can agree with that.
I'm not as big on that as Cody is. I think for me, like if he at all has plans to incorporate Blue Beetle in any of his storytellings, and obviously like he's kind of doing the MCU route, but instead of calling them phases, I think he's calling them chapters. Like the first one's Gods and Monsters. So like if at any point in time in these chapters he intends to bring Blue Beetle, which by the way, before I get there, the actor for Blue Beetle, Jolo or however you say his name, that's a badass first name, like XOLO. That is dope. Like that's crazy. But because I want to get into my pros and cons, but I like how you're telling the story. But just one of my quick pros, him as Blue Beetle, he was great.
We haven't talked about him yet.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he was amazing. And so that would be my only thing, is just if he does like incorporate a Blue Beetle in his storytellings, I hope it's him, because I can tell the passion for playing the character.
Mm-hmm.
He did a really good job. It was believable. His emotional scenes hit for me. So I do hope that he, at least, maybe if he doesn't get the party, he at least gets to audition. So.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Like, I think he did a really good job on it. And this is Cobra Kai, right? Like, this is the guy from Cobra Kai, and I think he did a good job on
the suit was phenomenal.
The suit, yeah. Let's talk about the suit real quick too. That I had no issues with the suit. I thought the suit was done.
If there's an issue, if somebody has a complaint, bro, you are crazy.
Maybe the only complaint I got is the way he was talking. Did you notice his chin? His chin was the mouth. His chin was that gray part when he was talking. It's like my beard is the mouth, and it's separating from my chin. Like that's. I thought that was a little weird. I mean, not that big a deal, but yeah, when he was talking, that was transitioning. I thought that was But other than that, everything else was cool. Like I said, I think Blue Beetle has the potential to be tremendously powerful in the DC. Like whatever you think, he's essentially a Green Lantern, but with a whole suit, man. Whatever you could think, I'll make it. Don't worry about it. And he made this badass Final Fantasy sword and stuff, and had that cool little kick scene on it. So yeah, I thought the suit was fantastic.
And I also want to point out with the suit, like obviously it's a symbiote type thing, even though it is a machine. It's just dope that you see from the beginning to where he was gonna, the suit was gonna kill somebody. He stopped the suit to the end where basically him and the suit are one, and the suit stopped him from killing someone because the suit's thinking like how he was, because they're I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, they got that symbiotic relationship. Yeah. It was done well. So yeah. Where did we leave off? The mansion. Oh, okay. So I guess the daughter. We saw the daughter of Ted Kord, the sisters, Susan Sarandon. They start arguing. You can't do this. And I guess she's about to hit her, or the dude that her.
Yeah.
Conrad. The actor's name is Raul Trujillo. I guess he was about to do something to her, take her somewhere or something.
Don't hit her.
Don't hit her. Like, okay, who are you? And then that's when the sister comes up. Yeah. That shows his character, right?
But I think the way it was done was like, I don't know. That was kind of off, man.
I don't think I had an issue with that, so to speak. I mean, it shows his character. It shows why the suit chose him in the first place, right? Like, he's a good guy. He's not going to let something like that happen. So, okay, so he interrupts her. No, you can't do that. Sister comes out of the bathroom. We said the line. What did she say? Cody? I don't remember.
I don't remember the exact words. It was like something. It was something about it being. It was a good.
Something yeah. Like that. She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you two, you go ahead and just look for another job. You guys are fired." So it cuts to them going outside. They're just waiting for their Uber, which is going to be like 45 minutes or something like that, and we'll just wait there. Bruna comes out. Jenny Cord, she comes out. She has a car waiting for her. Like, hey, are you okay? And she's like, I don't need you to stick up for me, but thank you. And she's like, oh, okay. And then the sister is like, she gives him the card, right? Like she gives him the card and stuff. Hey, I call me here. I can get you another job.
She said, give me your phone. I'm put my number in it and
text me. There you go.
But then before that, the sister was like, all cords are assholes. And then she's like, hi, I'm Jenny Cord. Like.
But yeah, I'm a cord too. And no, we're not. We're not all assholes. The sister's like over there in the background being a wingman and stuff. And hey, he's got a degree, okay? So if you need anything in pre-law, like he's got you.
Pre-law.
You need a pre-lawyer? So
see what I'm saying? Like, bruh, she up there.
So yeah, she was cool. She was alright. She was alright. So then yeah, cut to the next day, goes to the family, like, hey, I'm gonna have this interview or whatever.
Yo.
I think it just cuts to him being in front of the building, right?
Yeah, and then they're all
he's
hey!
That's another thing in Latino culture too, bro. The family's right there with you, they're cheering you on, they're gonna embarrass you, they're just gonna yell and just have a good time with you. So I thought that was pretty cool too. He walks in, sits down, yeah, I got a meeting with her, and all right, cool. Waits, nothing happens. I don't know how much time passes, but some certain amount of time passes. Cuts to her being in the back.
I want to say before you move on, I didn't like she had this planned out already. She told you tomorrow. So why is she planning this the same day? I was like, come on, man.
I think the only thing I could come up was this was her time. This was her. She had a chance to do it, and I'm gonna go do it. You know, she was. I think she saw the Blue Beetle, right? She's like, oh, they found the Blue Beetle.
Nah, that was before, because remember she bumped into the guy with the pass, and she stole it off of him. And
she stole it.
So I was like, she was literally doing the heist the day of. She said she was gonna give him a job. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah. So cut to that scene. She's in there in the back. She sees the Blue Beetle. She sees and I like this too. It's the name of the burger place, Cody. It's in Flash.
Oh,
it's
Big Belly Burger.
Big Belly Burger. That's in every DC property, man. Big Belly Burger. That's everywhere. She sees a Big Belly Burger box. She puts the Beetle in the box. Starts walking out. Zolo sees her. Hey, Jenny. I'm here for the thing. I saw you yesterday. Yeah, he was chasing her down the elevator over the. I think at one point he jumped over some stairs.
Jumped over the
stairs. Hey, I was here. You told me yesterday I can come by and get a job. And you said you could do anything.
This is not a good time.
So here, take this. Don't open it. Don't do it. I don't even think she said, I'll contact you later. I'll find you later.
Yeah, she did. Here. She just said, don't open it. Go.
Yeah, just leave. All right. So he ends up leaving. Lockdown happens. Takes it home with the family. This is where we get the first scene. Hey, open it. Hey, open it. No. She told me not to open it. Open it. Just open it. And pretty much rips it open. Oh my God, what is that? Okay, so it turns out to be the Blue Beetle.
They're hot potatoing with it.
She picks it up. The sister picks it up. You can see George Lopez in the back, like ready to just to get it. I thought that was hilarious. That was a funny scene. And then I think this whole scene was pretty funny too. The Blue Beetle activates once he grabs it from his uncle, and it starts to like merge with him. That scene reminded me of the Mummy scenes with those scarabs in the Mummy, and they start going under your skin and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, and then he starts making a joke. How did it get inside of you?
Yeah, how did it get in? Se entró por el culo. That was hilarious, bro. So then you get this demonic possession type of thing. He gets to the roof and he starts getting possessed. It looks like, oh my God, he's possessed. You start seeing the arms come out the back. I thought that was such a good shot of how he transitioned to Blue Beetle. It was crazy looking. Like his eyes turned. Was it orange? Something like that.
It was. Yeah, I think it was orange.
Orange. He looked like he was getting possessed, man. If I was in that family, this kid's gone. This kid's gone. Like, oh my God, they start doing all that. So I thought that was hilarious. He turns out to like be the Blue Beetle, and hey, I forget his name. Jaime, are you okay? Jaime. And then he's like, oh, and he starts hearing voices, which is Scarab. The Scarab starts talking to him, and it starts doing the boot up process. Gets launched, goes around the city, going crazy. And then I guess it's just doing all these safety measures and getting everything calibrated. He goes to space, cuts shot back down, goes across the river, hits a couple bridges along the way. Then you get the scene with the bus, which I thought was a little ridiculous for me. Like,
yes.
How are you not gonna kill? Everybody was just
nobody died,
and I was looking, bro. I was looking at that bus because there's standing room. Okay, there's places where people stand right in the middle of the bus, and there was a guy standing right in the middle of the bus. You see him standing there, and he just gets passed over.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw. I was looking for that because I seen it in the trailers and stuff like that. Like, nah, this is crazy.
Yeah,
You're not gonna kill that one person. Cuts the bus in half. Everybody's okay. There's a little Mexican kid looking at him like, oh, wow. And that's his idol now, right? That's a superhero. So I thought that was pretty cool. Goes back home. He's de-suited. He's naked. Everybody's just looking at him, laughing at him and stuff. Cover him, wakes up.
Same way he was a kid.
So, yeah, we get that whole scene. It cuts to him being at home, waking up. Looking for his shoes. Oh no, he's like, they're trying to tell him, hey, it's on your back. Hey, it's on your back. And he's like, nah, I can't talk right now. I gotta go find her. I gotta go find Jenny. Goes in the room, ends up screaming, oh, he found it. Okay. Comes out, starts looking for his shoes. They're all melted. I guess they was his favorite shoes. goes and looks for Jenny, right? I think he goes and pulls up. That's when we get the taco scene. That's when he takes Taco, like, which Rudy. Is a playoff to gotta go. Rudy passes out. I thought that was so hilarious. So then he goes, picks up Jenny. They're shooting at her. They're already like they're aiming to kill. Like, that's crazy.
Aiming to kill is crazy.
You don't know what she did with the beetle or nothing, but you're gonna kill her.
Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like that was a flaw right there. Like, you're gonna kill her and not know where the beetle is. Okay, cool. So go ahead and do that. Then picks her up in the taco, starts getting shot at. Takes it back home. The tailgate falls off on the way there. Rudy's in the back. They're all sitting at the table, like, okay. And they're letting Rudy go crazy because they're not saying a word. Rudy's just like, oh my God, look at my tailgate. And he's just yelling through the door and everything. Comes in. We talked about it earlier. Comes in. My friends call me Rudy. You can call me, I forget the name. You can call me this. And you're not a friend. Why are you here anyways? Aren't you supposed to be with the CIA or something? Bro, he had a whole epic rant right there. So it was pretty cool. Oh, sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen. I just, supposed to activate. If it chooses you, so you're chosen. Okay, well, how do we take it off? So then, I know of a place to take it off. So they go, but she's missing something, right? We're missing something. We need to go back. We need to go back. So they go back. This is where you get Rudy's genius. Oh yeah, I think I have something for that. They're gonna have lasers. They're gonna have. He started naming a whole bunch of technical stuff.
Give me a couple.
I got something. Give me a couple hours. We'll go get it. Don't worry about it. Cut to them pulling up, and he's got this. I don't even know, this machine on the back of his taco truck, and it's not working. It's not where it was. What does he do this way? Kick it. Just kick it. Boom, boom. Kicks it a couple times. Turns on. Whatever. All right, you guys are good to go. Go ahead. I'll wait in the truck. They end up going in. No problems. Getting I believe it was a watch. Gets the watch. That's all you needed? Yeah, that's all I needed. All right, cool. That was easy. And here comes the soldier. Raul Trujillo coming down. You can see that he's got a... I think it's the first time you see his bionic arm, right? I don't remember seeing it before that. I think this is the first time.
I think it is.
You see his bionic arm, and he's kind of like half cyborg or whatever. Comes out, punches. He's about to punch Jenny. He stops it. Blue Beetle comes out. They have a cool... What'd you guys think of this whole fight scene? I thought it was all right. I thought it was okay. I think
he only has an arm in this fight scene.
Yeah, he's only got. I think it's right.
What do you mean he only has an arm, Jet?
I thought he had like a whole suit right there.
Yeah, he activated the thing on his neck to.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he goes for the punch. Blue Beetle doesn't let that. He throws him, and then I thought this was a little ridiculous. All right, he gets thrown up, and then he's like, "Oh, you think you could beat me?" Pulls off his jacket, activates the suit. Turns out to be the whole suit, and he starts yelling. Like, I thought that was kind of dumb, bro. He starts yelling, like, "Why are you yelling, bro? Chill." I don't know if it's hurting him, it's like taking over, but yeah, I thought that was a little weird.
I don't want to talk about my CODs, bro. This is another thing that, like, I don't understand. So, like, you have somebody with this suit already. Like, what do you need more than that for? Being like the woman that wants like the scarab and everything. Like, from what I gathered, that she was trying to accomplish the whole movie. Like, you have what you need to be able to do what you want to do.
If I'm not mistaken, she said it wasn't finished. Like, they still needed touches to do on it, and I'm guessing he was like a test dummy. Because you remember,
well, bro, finish it. Like, what do you need to? I don't understand what you need the scarab for.
Getting the scarab's power. You remember when he absorbed the scarab basically and became like the basically a scarab version of it? That's basically what she was trying to get to. The OMAC itself isn't like better than the scarab. That's why she needs the scarab to make it a better version.
But to do what though? Like, I don't understand what you like. Everything that he was doing, it looked like you could take over whatever you need to take over.
Nah, he couldn't do, like, for instance, a scarab. Jaime can make swords and stuff or whatever he wants with it. Like, the OMAC can't do that.
But what does she need that for? That's my point. Like, for everything that you want to do, you can go do that with what he had.
I guess it's the idea that hers was just not the actual thing. She wants the actual thing.
That's stupid. That's stupid though. Like, her motive isn't good enough to warrant that.
Yeah, I will say her motive isn't good enough because she was obsessed with the scarab just to make another suit, which was crazy.
Like, it just felt like to push the plot along, but that's not strong enough.
Yeah.
How did she know about the suit already? Like, how did she know what the capabilities?
Which one? The OMAC or the Blue Beetle?
Of Blue Beetle. How does she know about, like, what it could do already? Did they ever explain that?
Well, I want to say no and yes, because you kind of put two and two together when we go to the bunker, with the old previous Blue Beetle. I'm assuming she knew about him. That had to be right.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, you think she knew about her brother being Blue Beetle?
I wouldn't say not just because her brother worked with the guy that used to that the scarab actually attached to. So I'm guessing she had to have known something about that. She probably has something to do with the reason he's gone. We just don't know that.
What, Ted?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because we get a scene later on too. Like, my brother left me in this company in shambles. Like, I think she didn't even know why.
Yeah.
She brought that up as a line. Like, now I'm here to pick up the pieces.
You're right. If she doesn't know about the scarab, then that is kind of, how does she know about the power? That is crazy.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess we can imply that she knew that her brother was down there in the mansion and doing all that type of work. So I guess, but yeah, that's just like another thing. You already have your weapons to go sell, because that's essentially what she wants to do, is go sell and make money. First of all, you're already rich. You're a millionaire. Plus, you have all these weapons already. Like, they're good to go.
Makes it worse. Yeah.
You just, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's just greed, right? Like, that's all it is. It's just greed. But the whole fight scene itself, I thought was okay. I didn't like the fact that his name is Conrad in the movie. That Conrad was like, "You think you could beat me?" Well, I get that, but he kept emphasizing that, like, yeah, bro, do you not see what this suit is doing, bro? Like, yes, like, he can beat you. Yeah, when you're just lucky he's not letting it. Yeah, that was a wrap.
Yeah, it was a wrap. He was not hanging.
So I just thought that was a little overplayed, a little bit. So the fight scene for me was okay. What else? Where did we go after that? After the fight scene,
they ride back. They ride back. Oh, they ride back.
Is this when they go back to the house?
Yeah, because then they're like, we have the key, we have to go to this place for it, right?
Mm-hmm. So, is this when he puts on the Gotham hoodie? When
he puts a Gotham
Blue Beetle
hoodie?
puts on, yes, it's either a Gotham shirt or it's a Gotham hoodie, because it says Gotham. I think it's Gotham, like
Rudy puts
college or no, not
the tracksuit, right? It's a blue tracksuit.
I can't even remember. Jaime. I just remember that
they go to the dad's place that's been abandoned. That's where they go to, and that's when she gives him her dad's clothes.
Yeah,
that's what
the clothes.
I didn't know it said that though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing.
What are you?
He puts on the Gotham thing at what's his name, Ted?
Yeah, because remember, every time he does the Blue Beetle thing, he's naked. So when they went back to the place, he's in the back of Rudy's car naked. He's like, I got a shirt back there, put it on.
Oh, maybe it's in the back of the truck.
But he talked. I know that in the scene that I'm talking about, he talks to his dad. That's when he's wearing the Gotham hoodie or shirt. Or
whatever. He talks to his dad when
at the end.
Yeah, at the end when he's basically dead, when he's right before he breaks out of prison. That's what you're talking about.
So he was wearing
he's locked up. Yeah. And he goes to like the spiritual realm or whatever to talk to his dad.
No. Like he talks to his dad like at the house. Like they're just having a talk.
Yeah, and he talks about Destiny
or whatever.
The Destiny talk?
I don't remember what they talk about. Just like they were talking at their house. It's him and his dad, and they're talking like in their garden or whatever.
That was early in the movie, but I don't remember what he was.
That's when he's wearing the Gotham shirt.
Oh, I do remember that scene. He's talking about the Nopales, which is the cactus. He's like, I planted those, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is just the house. This is just Nopales. Like, we'll be all right. Don't worry about it anymore.
Yeah. That's when he's wearing the Gotham hoodie. Yeah,
I didn't notice.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice the Gotham hoodie. And going into this movie, there was I was getting all these notifications about Henry's back in the movie and this. And I thought there was going to be a scene. I clicked on these articles and they're like, no, they're just references. Do you guys remember references to Superman or anything? Supposedly there was supposed to be references.
There might have been some, but I don't remember.
I don't know. I didn't see any of that stuff.
Probably when they were talking about superheroes. I think that was Rudy or somebody was telling him like, yeah, we finally got a superhero for ourselves. I think that was when what they were talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too, because he sees obviously the quote unquote Bat Cave, the Beetle Cave, and he's like, oh my god, you got all these. Your father was Blue Beetle. Oh my god, and he's telling him like, yeah, who's Blue Beetle? Like, yeah, that was way before your time. He was ours. Gotham had Batman and Metropolis had. I think wasn't that scene that Metropolis had Superman? I think he mentioned too. But he's like, obviously, yeah. I think so. I think it was, and then he goes, but obviously he's not on their level. But he was ours, and he was our city defender and stuff like that. And he was just like, you can call me Rudy, you can call me whatever, you can call me whatever you want, whatever. You're cool. So they get on the computer and say, let's see what's going on. And they, oh, okay, well, he was working with the previous Scarab owner, and there's no way to take it off. Sorry, it won't come off until you die. And he's like, oh shoot. So like, he made a whole little scene about it and stuff. And well, what do you mean until I die? So I have to keep this on or I have to die. Okay. And then he's like, I need to be alone. He ends up walking away. I know where he's at. Don't worry about it.
I know. That was kind of crazy. I'm like, how you know where he's going?
Yeah, I mean, because he likes the roofs, right? He likes the roof. That's where they foreshadowed it in the beginning. That was his sister.
That was the tropiest shit ever.
Yeah, it was.
Was that in Young? I think he does that in Young Justice too. I think that's a Blue Beetle thing. I think he was hanging out on the roof of his house.
Young Justice in years.
Yeah, I think he does that too. I think that's just his character. Goes to the roof, talks to him like, "Hey, like it's not like I forget the words he uses, but basically he's like, I know your situation and it's not over my head or whatever."
I thought the talk was good.
Yeah,
I think that was a good scene. That was a good scene, and this is another thing in the Mexican culture. We say "way" a lot, like the "hey, way," and then come over, like that's just the term, like bro. And he's like, "Hey, wait, what's going on with you? Like, what's wrong with you, man? You all right?" And then they have the talk, right? Like, okay, like I know it's tough. Yeah. You're in a situation right now, but we'll get through it. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. And hey, so there's something down here you need to go see. Oh, and before that too, the tracksuit. And the tracksuit. He's with Jenny, and you get the moment of them being together and they're about to kiss. And the uncle
oh my god!
Yeah, that was another problem. Yeah, you knew that wasn't gonna happen, and you knew they weren't gonna kiss. Come on,
this is another thing I don't like in movies, man. Just let them kiss. Stop getting the trope of getting somebody interrupted. Just let them kiss, man. They're gonna end up together anyways. What's the problem with doing it now? So yeah, he interrupts him. You guys got to go see something. And then that's when he shows them like, hey, well, no, you're gonna die or something like that. And that's when it comes off. So then they go back down, right? Or is that when the helicopter's coming over?
The helicopter comes over when he's when he talks to him outside. Yeah.
And like, hey, that's Victoria. Where's she going? Oh, she's going to the I forget the name of the thing, the Audis or something like that is the name of the place. And that's where I gotta go.
I gotta activate it.
I gotta activate it. Let's go. He tries to activate it. It's not activating. Hey, you told me it'll activate. Like, I'm not gonna die, right? This thing will protect me at always. I'm not gonna die. Yeah, but don't do that though. What's wrong with you? And he does it, man. He goes for the superhero jump, leaps off the building. Blue Beetle comes out. I thought that was a cool scene. Blue Beetle comes out and he just ends up flying off. He's like, all right, well, I gotta go. I'll meet you guys at the house. And this is where we get the scene we talked about earlier. SWAT shows up, pulls the family out, whatever. I'm gonna die. Blue Beetle shows up, starts defending him. You see that the father have a heart attack, he gets pulled away. Cut to him being trapped already, right? He's in like some type of device, and they're taking the power, the information. They're taking all the information away to upload it to all her other suits. They end up doing that throughout the whole movie. Actually, we haven't even talked about this guy's performance. Dr. Sanchez, throughout the whole movie, Harvey Guillen. She keeps calling him different names.
Yeah.
And you get us hint of like he's gonna flip, right? Like he's gonna flip. Obviously, he's like, why are you doing it? Yeah, he's gonna flip, and you can see I'm sorry. And what do you mean you're sorry? Let me out. And I'm sorry. So then they start activating all of that. Then it cuts to them showing up. And like, hey, we gotta go help them. They get the beetle out because they saw the beetle at the bottom. They get the beetle out, and George Lopez knows how to fly it. Hey, we're good to go. He knows how to fly the Blue Beetle. And you get the scenes at the beginning. Like, hey, man, Jaime's gonna need more than just a beetle. The grandma's like, we need more than this. I got something for you guys. Turns around, got a whole arsenal, and they start getting their weapons. You see her with the big machine gun. You see the sister with the gauntlet. Which that gauntlet, I don't know if you guys know about. That gauntlet was pretty cool. It was the glove. It was called the glove. It was an 80s, I think it was an 80s controller where you could play video games with that glove. So that was a console controller. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
I think it was
the power glove?
The power glove. Yeah, the power glove. I thought that was pretty cool. And he implemented that into actually being a weapon. The shield and the fist. So they pull up. They start getting squished. Like all the guys see the beetle and they all start getting squished. Bro, he straight up stabbed one of them.
Yeah, he was killing people. No. Yeah, he was killing people, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That man said, I stepped on one. Bro, that man is dead.
Yeah, he straight up killed people, man. Like that, I thought that was kind of crazy. So then they end up releasing a fart beetle type of thing, and everybody passed out. They get down, they start going. I think it was just the sister and Jenny, right? The love interest. I think this is the only two that get off and go look for him. And then you get the scene with Dr. Sanchez and like, all right, well, let me. No, then that's the scene what you get with Jet. What we were talking about earlier with when he goes to the spirit world.
Yeah,
or
he
whatever,
goes to the spirit because he's about to die.
His dad. And he's like, "Why are you here? Why are you here?" And he's like, "Oh, you know why I'm here." He starts crying. No, we need you, and we need you back. Come on, come with me. Let's go. Now, look, this is my destiny. This is my destiny. Now I know this is where I was supposed to be, because if I'm not here, then you would have died too. I guess he's on the verge of dying too, right? Like, that's the whole reason.
Yeah.
He's on the verge of dying. He sees his dad, like, nah, it's not your time yet. Go be the hero. Go be the Blue Beetle. And yeah, he wakes up from it, breaks out of everything. They got all the information they need. This dude goes super tank. I thought that version of the suit was kind of weird. Like, he had like wings, straight up airplane wings on his. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. I thought that was too big. But then you get that, and the guy flips, right? Let's Jaime out of the thing, and my name is Rodrigo Sanchez, and that's another thing in Mexican culture, bro. We got like 5-6 names. He says his whole name. That's my name, and he tells him to leave. You want to say anything?
No. I was gonna say, I know when I saw that part, I was like, bro, y'all gotta be hyped. Y'all the Hispanic culture must have got hyped when he was going off, bro.
He had 6 names, bro. He had all 6 names, and that's my name. Whatever.
I just thought of Esteban.
Yeah, instantly.
So then, yeah, he lets him out. Like, locks the door behind him. Cut to Conrad being behind him. Just straight up murder this guy, bro. Like, he just blood all over the door, and yeah, he murdered him. Breaks out of the door. Jaime takes off running. Then you get and throughout this whole time, they're planting bombs right on the other. Like, this was like Jet was mentioning earlier. She has everything already. Like, she has multiple of these suits already. So they start planting bombs in the little area that they're at. They get blown up. Then you see the grandma come in down the hallway, and she's just blasting people, bro. She's just blasting people, bro. And she's like, "Oh, get behind me, Jaime," because Jaime's trying to get the suit to work. It's not working. It's booting up again. And blast more soldiers. End up leaving. All right, now we can go. And let's go. And then the sister is in danger on the other side of the corridor or whatever. And she gets the shield to come up, and then that's when the Blue Beetle comes up, right? And you get this little hallway scene, kind of like Guardians, and he's kicking their asses. And I thought that was a cool scene. It was
all right.
What else?
And that's when he gets hit by a OMAC suit or the Red Beetle.
Yeah, Red Beetle. Yeah. He comes out. Yeah, he throws him out. Right, like, he goes through the wall. Mm-hmm. They have their little aerial fight. Land on top of the grass area. Hey, we gotta go. Things gonna start blowing up. The whole building's coming down. So then, yeah, they get to the thing. They, hey, your sister's still over there. We need to go get her. Right? I think she got stuck. Somebody got stuck.
Yeah, she got stuck, and they had to go save her.
So then, yeah, cut to the scene. They're fighting up top. Red Beetle. His name's Conrad. He's whooping his ass, man. He broke half of his mask off. Yep. They were having a fight.
Pause on him.
Yeah, they were having a fight, man. At some point, Blue Beetle gets the best of him, and he's about to kill him because of what he did. And that's when the Scarab stops him, and the Scarab's like, no, we don't kill. We don't kill. And look, let me show you why. And then we get a flashback of what this guy's been through. And
that was strong.
Guatemala.
Yeah,
that was a good flashback scene. He's from Guatemala. He was a kid. I guess there's war going on in this country. He's walking back to his mom's, to his house, and you just see the jets fly overhead, and they drop the bombs on him, and mom dies in the explosion and stuff, and he gets blown back. And then they showed the missile, right? It said was it Cord Industries or whatever, the Cord Industries. So then it cuts to him being in the jungle. You see Susan Sarandon's character, Victoria, coming through, like, hey, yep, he'll do. Go ahead and take him. And yeah, they end up training him and stuff and like that. And she's like, yeah, so you see, this is why we don't kill. Like, this is what he's been through. And he just proceeds to like stab, right? And then another cliche shot.
But not just that though. The Scarab was saying like, I gave him his memories back because it was to him too as well.
Oh, yeah. I didn't catch that. That. So he remembered all that too.
Yeah, he remembers now. Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, he stabs the ground, ends up being right next to him. Like, hey, you're wrong, family. Because throughout the movie, I guess he was like saying, yeah, family's what makes you weak. Family's what makes you weak. Mm-hmm. And he helps him up, and then, oh, you're wrong. Family's what gives me my strength. And so then he's like, all right, I understand. And then Susan Sarandon's character, they get thrown out of a chopper. We didn't talk about the bubblegum. Like, he was like, she talked about the bubblegum weapon that my dad's been developing, and it was just for me because when I was a kid. She ends up throwing the bubble. Does she chew it or she just throws it?
She chews it. She puts it in her. Bro, how did the guy that was holding her at gunpoint watched her grab it out and put it in her mouth? Bro, I was like, what?
It's bubblegum. It's bubblegum. He's like, go ahead and chew some of that bubblegum. She throws the bubblegum on the thing. The helicopter starts going crazy. They start getting wrapped in the bubblegum, fly out of the helicopter. They're safe. It makes sense. It was a little ridiculous, but it makes sense, I guess. They get rolled out. All right, cool. And then cut to them, helping each other up, and they're on the same page now. And she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Kill them both." And he walks over to him. He goes, "Hey, go ahead and leave. I got this." So then, yeah, she's like, "All right, let's go. Everybody go back to the helicopter. Go back to the Beetle. We're good to go." And then he turns and walks to Susan, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? I've been with you this whole time. Like, don't worry, we can fix this. I'll give you everything you want. Don't worry." And he just, what does he? I don't think he chokes or anything, right? I think he just kind of like
he just
lets her be.
Lets her be.
He lets her be, and then
he starts charging up.
Yeah, he starts. Oh yeah, he starts charging up the suit. Jaime's like, "What is he doing?" The Scarab's like, "He's charging up to 100% capacity. We might want to leave. Let's go." I was like, "All right." So then, yeah, he starts grabbing Susan, starts taking her to the fire. Like, oh damn, This dude's great. Starts dragging her through the fire. Hey, Jaime, we gotta go. He takes off running, jumps off the car.
I thought he was gonna save her. That was crazy, man. He just let that happen.
He didn't have no time to save her. It was a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, I know, but it's because at the time when he let them leave, why did he stay back if he wasn't gonna do anything?
Oh, I guess to see exactly what was gonna happen. Like, what your intention? But yeah, I guess he just wanted to see what was happening. So yeah, ends up jumping off the cliff. Explosion goes off. Presumably they're dead, right? They like both of them die in the explosion, and they take off. Cut back to the house. You can see them come out of the taco. I think it was the taco, right? And they're all in black. They had the funeral. They just came back from the funeral for their dad. Hey, what are we gonna do now? Like, what are we gonna do? And then you see the neighborhood. You see the whole neighborhood just coming around the corner. Like, hey, don't worry, we got you. And this was another thing too in Mexican culture, man. You get the families of the people, your neighbors and stuff like that, to help you, to support you. And not only were they there, I guess presumably they were there to help rebuild the house, but they were also there to celebrate and have a good time with them. They had food, they had the beers, they had everything. Hey, let's just celebrate, man. Let's celebrate. So they did that, and they're like, hey, what are we gonna do? Like, they're gonna help us, man. If they came over here to have food with us, they're gonna help us build the house. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right. Animo. So then you cut to Jenny Cord coming over in her motorcycle. She's all badass with her motorcycle. Hey, you know what? Cord Industries is gonna, don't worry about it. We're gonna rebuild your house. Everything's this whole neighborhood's going back to you guys. Cord's not gonna have anything to do with it. We're fine. Like, oh, okay, cool, and they're all happy. And what are your plans now? Well, I gotta go. Let me walk you back to your motorcycle. All right, cool. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
She bought my man a new taco, man. She bought my man a new taco.
Hey, here, I got you a new Tacoma. There you go. Oh, blue. Okay, well, that's pretty on the nose. He goes, yeah, well, I'll see if I like it. And then he walks back to the truck and says, hey, come on, guys, help me like it. Help me like the truck. I thought that was pretty funny. All right, so then Jaime walks her back to the motorcycle. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna go back to Cord. I gotta go back. Oh no, I'm gonna go back to the mansion. Let me see what I can find in there. I miss the memories and stuff. Let me see what's going on. Well, what if I give you a ride? Oh, okay. And then that's when they finally have their kissing scene, right? Yeah. And they start kissing. Then you see the family over there just cheering. Hey, Blue Beetle. He has this. This is cool too. I thought like he turned into the Blue Beetle with the whole neighborhood being there, so he's not worried about a secret identity. None of that.
That's DC for you, man.
That's DC. But I think that goes to the Mexican culture. They're not gonna rat him out. They're not gonna say who Blue Beetle is. They're not. Nah, he's one of us. If anybody comes hunting for him, he's not Blue Beetle. So yeah, then you proceed. They fly off. I think that's the end of the actual movie, right? They fly off, cut to credits. I think that was it. So then we get the end credit scene, and you cut to the cave. And the Ted, well, we don't know it's Ted, but a voice comes on, and he's like, "Hey, is my daughter there? Hello, is my daughter there? Jenny, are you there? Whoever turned this computer on, just let her know it's her dad. Ted Cord is alive. Ted Cord is alive." Cut to that.
James Gunn's ass should have cut that shit.
Like, why would you leave that, bro?
Yeah, you think it's done? You think that there's a Blue Beetle too?
I'm hoping there is. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie enough that I wouldn't mind seeing it, especially the way that the second one seemed like it's gonna go.
Well, can it still be Elseworld?
Yeah, when James did that announcement, he said these other movies and there's other projects that are just gonna be Elseworlds, and they will be clearly labeled Elseworlds, and all this other stuff will be main canon.
So do you think you put money into something like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, the problem is this isn't gonna make enough money for type of investment. Like they could probably make a show, but like I don't know about another movie.
or go straight to HBO Max. They could put a Blue Beetle 2 on HBO Max. Because I mean, the guy's young enough, right? This is the whole reason they cut the old guard. You know, they cut Snyder's people. They wanted to go younger. Zolo's a young guy. Zolo's a young guy. You could keep going. I wouldn't mind seeing a second one. I wouldn't mind seeing where they go with it. Yeah. So, Jet, here we go. Pros and cons. A little bit lengthy on the review. Let us know if you guys liked it. This is the first time we tried it that way. We'll try to recap the whole movie. Let us know down in the comments if you like that format or if you guys just like us talking off the top of our head as it comes. So, pros and cons, Jet. What do you think?
So the number one has to be the villain. Like, she sucks. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she does.
Like,
she does.
As a superhero movie, and I say this all the time, you're only as good as your villain. And she does nothing to heighten this movie. Her motive sucks. Like, it's not good. Cody brought up, and I guess you calling him Red Beetle. I didn't even know that was.
No, I was just saying
that's not his name.
That's not his name.
That's basically what it
is. For reference, that's the start of Brother Eye. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Damn. So you said that he got his memory back. I don't even remember that being said or
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was the Scarab said it.
Crazy that he got that piece of information and we saw that shit in HD and
we saw that live, yo.
You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was weird. I mean, I guess it helps a little bit if he did get his memories back, but the whole time he's telling Jaime, like, family makes you weak, but the whole time this motherfucker's carrying a locket with his family in it. It's just like, I didn't.
Yeah. That was, yeah.
So like I said, I guess it helps a little bit, but it's still kind of weird to me. And then one of my heavy ass pros, the Spanglish. Like I thought that was incorporated so good. And it's kind of like one of those things where, like, my brother being half Hispanic, so we have like a whole nother side of the family that's just, it's all Mexicans. And so I've been around like that culture and that side of the family. And one of the cool things was, like, a lot of the family, they're like, it's Spanglish, but the grandma never does that. And that is a big thing in like the culture, is like the grandmas don't speak English. Like they can, some of them, like, they can, you know, but they're like, they're gonna speak Spanish. And I thought that was just really dope that, like, she never spoke English. It was just always Spanish. So I thought that was pretty dope. Obviously Zolo was great, and just the cast as a whole, like, I bought the whole, like, family dynamic, and that was like really a push for it.
Yeah.
Because the one of the things that, like, the movie was banking on was that family aspect, and I think it hit home when the thing that saved him at the end was his family. So I thought that was perfect. And so yeah,
I'm looking at the cast right now, and I didn't even know Becky G was the voice, and I guess the Scarab's name is
Kashi. Yeah, I heard that. That was crazy.
I thought that was correct me if I'm wrong, Cody, but I think the Scarab in Young Justice has more of a personality. This was just like an Alexa AI voice.
This was like an Alexa. I think it
right. Yeah, that didn't really hit for me. I thought, because I'm used to Young Justice and it has a personality, like it actually talks. So I thought that was a weak point of the movie. The Scarab actually being an AI, pretty much.
It's pretty crazy too, because Jenny Cord, the actress that played her, she's actually like famous. Not, and I don't know, I don't think it's so much here, but wherever she's from, I don't know the country off the top of my head, but she has like
Brazil.
48 million. Oh yeah, Brazil. Then she has 48 million Instagram followers. So it's like, that's a lot. Like, that is a lot.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know who she was. So that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I didn't know who she was either. Wow. I think she did a good job. All the performances overall. I don't. A cousin of mine, because I went to go watch it with my family. A cousin of mine said that Susan Sarandon's performance was like it wasn't believable. She was just kind of like reading lines to read lines. Did you guys get that from her performance outside of her actual character?
What do you guys think of her?
This is Victoria Court, the villain.
Oh, trying to.
How was her performance? I guess.
Think. I didn't think she didn't have to do much for her performance. Like, it did seem like lines. I could see that, because, like, she didn't really have to show much emotion besides, like, the very end where she's like, "You're about to kill me." Like, what do you like? But that wasn't nothing crazy, you know. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a great performance. It was decent.
Yeah, I don't think the script put her in a position to like exceed what she showed.
Yeah,
because she's a great actress. She's a great actress. She
is. Yeah.
So like, yeah, I didn't get that until he mentioned that. Like, he was like, yeah, it felt like she was just reading lines and she wasn't really like
like
there.
she was.
So and it's to Jet's point. It could be just like the script or just like her motives or I don't know. But because we know Susan, she's a great actress. She could have done, I think, a way better job. I think given a better script or better motives or just anything.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, yeah. So I think I'm still at the 6. Are you guys still at the 7s?
Yeah, I was at 7 all the way through.
Still at the 7s. Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie a lot. Like we kind of said, I wouldn't be mad at a sequel at all. I'd actually like to see it, but it's just, man, listen. DC fans are in comment sections. They don't show up to the movie theaters. So this is it's not gonna make enough money, man, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't think so either.
Hey, tell me if this is a hot take, but this felt like I was watching a Marvel movie.
Nah, that's a hot ass take.
Hey, yeah, in what sense?
Like, I guess let me think of it, because
please think about it.
In the villain sense, like, because I mean, obviously he was just fighting himself, and that's Marvel's
he was fighting
problem.
himself.
I could see that,
but now I guess the aspects of it, like from not the family thing, because I mean you don't see that anywhere in MCU at all. Do you see family anywhere there?
Guardians.
Oh well, that, but they're not even real family. But like, yeah, but like everything else, like to the relationships, like the corniness, like there's no other DC movies that are like this movie.
Like, so it felt like new Marvel.
Yeah. Whoa. I meant MCU. My bad. Oh, I meant new MCU.
Yes,
like I felt like I was watching an MCU movie, like right now, in
like a phase 4, like a phase 4.
Yeah, bro. Like that's what it felt like. It's just a new character they just threw on the screen, the same formula.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, and it's like I said earlier, James Gunn's getting hate for this one. It's not even his,
which is crazy. That's insane.
Chill. Like, and I knew this was gonna happen because it happened with what was before the Flash. There was a movie before the
Batman.
Flash. No, after the Batman, right? I think there was something before the Flash that came out, and they were already
was it the Shazam movie?
Shazam,
Black Adam.
Shazam. No, it was Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Like, people were already like, well, James Gunn is off to a rough start with Shazam too. Hey, bro, what? Like, he didn't even have nothing to do with that. Like, damn, people need to chill and realize that. I think the first movie he said he was going to do was Superman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the first one.
So, hey, once that one comes out, we'll see how those are some heavy shoes for me, anyways, to fill, and we'll see what he does with it. But like I said before, I think if anybody can do it, James Gunn can do it. Reboot this whole universe. Any other final thoughts, boys? You guys want to talk about real quick?
We covered it all.
Think so too. But yeah, let us know what you guys thought of the format. A little bit lengthier because we recapped the whole movie. Did you guys like it that way, or like I said, did you guys want us to go back to the way we were doing it before, where we kind of just off the top of our heads? Because we don't script none of this stuff, man. We just off the top of the dome. We talk about it, how we remember it. So let us know what you guys thought about it. We appreciate you guys sticking around, watching the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. You already know what to do. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.